Yo guys, welcome back to Sempre Inter TV, the show that's keeping you up to date with what's going on at Inter this summer. Hope you've been enjoying the Stat Talk episodes I've been doing alongside Cami Anderson. If you haven't checked them out, go in the link in the description below. I've linked them in. We're looking at potential transfers and players Inter should be signing according to the statistics. Today is more of a roundup, the weekly roundups that we've been trying to do over this summer, looking at what's been going on, what's the rumours that have been circling around in the media. So first of all, of course, yesterday Inter played Man United in the ICC Champions Trophy in Singapore with a 1-0 loss. So I'm just going to give my reaction to that. I've seen a lot of people having a little bit of a breakdown or reacting quite negatively to yesterday's result, and all I want to say is calm down, guys, calm down. It's this pre-season. It's really not that deep. I'm not even going to give any player ratings or anything, just going to give my general thoughts and views on the match. I think we didn't do too bad, to be honest. If you consider that we've only been in the pre-season for 10 days and Man United have much ahead of us in the pre-season preparations. The Premier League, of course, starts in a few weeks, so in the beginning of August, whereas we start towards the end of August. So they are pretty much geared up to start playing competitive football, whereas we are nowhere near that. Conte and Antonio Pintus have been putting these players through hell in the preparations, as some of the players have come out and said in their interviews. The training sessions have definitely been very intense, and of course we're playing without strikers at the moment. I mean, Samuel Longo, I'm not even counting him as a striker. This guy's just living off his Inter Primavera days. Literally, he's 27 years old now. Feels like he's been around for forever. He's been a youth prospect like Jesse Lingard forever, but he's actually not achieved anything in his career. I don't know how he's still at Inter, but yeah, he started alongside Esposito, who is a 2002 born player. Only 17. You can't expect much from him, but you can see he's got some technique and some personality. And aside from that, of course, we had the Politano, who's out as well. He would have played at the second striker position, and then Vecino, Godin still to come back from their Copa America duties. Actually, Vecino and Godin just arrived today. There's a picture of them together at the hotel, and a lot of people seem to be forgetting about Matias Vecino. I don't know why. I think for me, I think he's still going to be the starting centre mid at the moment. It's either him or Gagliardini with that right centre mid position role. The reason is there really isn't any other player in the team that has the same characteristics as Matias El Mate. The way he is able to run box to box, get into the box with those late runs, and be a sort of a all-round player. Although yes, not an amazing all-round player, but compared to sort of Gagliardini and the performance he put out yesterday and against Lugano, I still see Vecino starting ahead of Gagliardini. Although, as with a lot of other Inter fans, I'm expecting Gagliardini to improve under Antonio Conte. Valentino Lazaro was also injured, so we didn't get to see him, which was a shame. We had to see Candreva, who actually didn't do too bad, if I may say so. I was expecting much worse, but he put in a couple of decent crosses, but apart from that, he was okay. Nothing disastrous. Same for Dalbert. Actually, he actually looked like a normal football player yesterday, apart from when Aaron Wan-Bissaka managed to make up a 20-yard gap difference when he was running on the left wing and managed to tackle him. The three-man defence seems to be, of course, it's a work in progress. De Vrij, Skriniar and D'Ambrosio played there yesterday. Not too bad. And I saw a lot of Milanisti, Juventini, posting all these pictures and videos about Skriniar getting skinned by Mason Greenwood. Fair play to Greenwood. He did do Skriniar really clean. Even Chong had Skriniar at one moment. But guys, this is pre-season, and players like Skriniar, De Vrij, Vecino, Gagliardini, these bigger type players, their bodies take longer to get accustomed to the sort of pre-season. Calm down, everyone, calm down. It almost seemed like, especially for Milanisti, because they're not even in Europe this season, it seemed like that was their trophy already in this pre-season. So yeah, enjoyed that one, because Skriniar is still gonna bully Piatek in the next derby. So Brozovic, of course, played in that regista role. earlier on in the season there were rumours that Conte may move him up into the sort of left centre mid role, which good, thankfully so, it's not happened, because I feel like that's not his position anymore. We found in this 3 or 4 years that he's been at Inter, he's not consistent enough in those positions. This regista role where he's actually restricted is the best role for him. Of course, he's still missing the fitness, so he wasn't up to par yesterday. Sensi, you can see, very neat and tidy player on the ball. Even against Lugano, showed his technical qualities, elevated our technical quality as soon as he's come in. But I don't see him being a starter, to be honest. He's definitely not a Conte type player. I think if he's going to be the sort of backup to Brozovic in that regista role, or the backup to the other centre mids, ahead of Borja Valero if he stays. I think he's a good signing, once again, I reiterate, but I don't think he's going to be a starter. Barella had a few minutes as well. I was impressed with those few minutes. Of course, he's completely out of condition. He's only had a few days with the team. But you can see he's a battler. He won a few tackles as soon as he came on. He was fighting with Fred as soon as he came on. So you can see the kid's got some grinta. In the second half, because he really had no choice, Perisic played up front alongside Esposito. It's not really his position. He has played there in the past, but you can see there is some potential for Perisic to play there. He's got the finishing and the movement to do it. It just depends on his mentality, really. Of course, that's another talking point. Antonio Conte seems to have axed Perisic from his plans as well in his post-match press conference, where he was asked about what his thoughts were on Perisic being able to play at the left wing-back position, and he said, no, I don't think he can play there. I didn't get the right feelings from Perisic. He's tried his best, but I think the only role he can play for me is up front. Yeah, I agree. It seemed, we thought maybe he could because of his physical characteristics. He's able to cover the wing up and down, but you can't teach a person to defend, when he's now he's in his 30s. He's been playing as a winger, a striker his whole life. And if he is, not in Conte's plans, I am really not too unhappy about that, because if Icardi and Nainggolan have been, put out of the plans, definitely, which Conte has once again reiterated, especially with the Ninja, even though Nainggolan has been brought to Singapore in the tour, he's not going to take part in any of the matches. If Perisic is also out of the plans, I think he deserves it, because let's not forget the whole Icardi, Vandanara situation. Perisic was a big part of it. It's no secret that Perisic does not get along with Icardi. There's no secret that Perisic put in a transfer request in January last year. Let's not forget. I've never seen an Inter player put in a transfer request, and Perisic did. So I don't forget that, especially because there was no concrete offer from Arsenal. That was a really annoying move that Perisic pulled on us in the end of January, where he rightly stayed out of the team for only one match, because Spalletti had this massive footballing crush on Perisic for some reason, where he pretty much had to play every single day, every single match. But he's proven to us, especially last season, he was even more inconsistent than he usually is. He was really not contributing much. And if we can get an offer for him above the sort of 25 million mark, I think definitely we should sell. He's 30 years old now. He's not going to get any better. And we can find replacement, a higher quality replacement for sure in the market. Another point that I forgot to mention about from yesterday's match, Joao Mario. Wow, this guy stinks. I mean, you think that maybe Conte is able to rejuvenate some players, but Joao Mario just looks like he's a complete lost case. Came on with his usual softness, Joao Mozzarella as I like to call him, with no energy. He should have showed his fresh legs when he came on. Didn't show any of that. Lost the ball pretty much every time he had the chance to have it. Then he got done by Greenwood for the goal so easily with a fake shot. I mean, please, Jorge Mendes, Kia Drabcian, Auxilio, someone, you need to work a miracle to get Joao Mario out of this club as soon as possible. Please. This guy needs to be wrapped up in tape and sent away like a DPD FedEx delivery somewhere. In other transfer news, of course, we can't ignore the ongoing saga with Romelu Lukaku, who even yesterday, apparently after the match, he asked someone for an Inter shirt. and then was also seen talking to Antonio Conte. So he clearly, I don't think it can be made any more clear that he wants to come to Inter. But Man United are not budging from the 85 million euro asking price, which is once again absolutely outrageous. We should not be paying that much. But you know, if Inter continue trying, I think we're wasting a lot of time. We should try maybe one more offer, and then that's it. Move on to other targets, because we're wasting time. Antonio Conte is not happy about the situation with the strikers at the moment, as he rightly should. You know, he's had no strikers in this pre-season. We need someone to come in, you know, get the deal done for Edin Dzeko as soon as possible, and then find an alternative for Romelu Lukaku. Cavani has been the one that's been rumoured recently. Great alternative to Romelu Lukaku, probably even higher quality than Romelu Lukaku, even though he is aging and he would have no resale value and his wages are still high. But, you know, I think the impact that he would bring in just this one season would be very much worth having. And of course, with the Perisic potentially leaving or not being, you know, available for selection at left wing back, that leaves just Asamoah, and hopefully Dalbert is sold, which means that we need to bring in someone to challenge Asamoah for that left wing back spot. And we'll be bringing you another Stat Talk episode looking at which options Inter should look at for that left wing back position. And I also want to shout out Interisti in Indonesia, who really represented Inter really well out there in Singapore. You know, I saw videos of the Inter players walking out into the stadium and it was just red shirts. It was a sea of red shirts. I couldn't see any Inter shirts, but on Twitter, thanks to some guys who sent some videos and images where they showed, you know, Inter fans were there. There was a small section of Interisti from Indonesia, you know, repping and doing a little tifo that was actually being disrupted by Man United fans. But shout out to those guys, because you know, they're really representing us out in Asia and they're always really active on the Inter Twitter. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know your comments down below. What did you think of Antonio Conte's team and against Man United? You know, were you really disappointed, or were you expecting better, or this is about what you expect? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And always like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. And always Forza Inter.